Welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video, and welcome to Irish Month. All this month, I'm going to be focusing a little differently. Normally, this is a very bourbon-centric YouTube channel, but for this month, I'm going to be doing some Irish whiskeys as well. I have a whole list of them planned, so it's going to be fun. Today, I thought, since we're starting out with Irish, and I'm hoping to introduce Irish whiskey to more bourbon drinkers, I thought I would start out with my 3 cheapest bottles that I actually enjoy. Now, as you see, I've got a couple little sample bottles because I don't actually buy these bottles, but I do enjoy them. I buy the higher end versions of them, but I wanted to introduce you guys at this level and see what you guys think of these, and we can go from there. The first one is Kilbrin, and this is a Total Wine exclusive. It's very cheap, under 20 bucks for a 750, and it is probably the cheapest one that I enjoy. Now, Irish whiskey is a blend of malted whiskeys and grain whiskeys. So all of them are blends. Their rules for aging Irish whiskey are a lot different than bourbon. It doesn't even technically have to be aged in oak, but most of them are, just because it's so predominant. But you get a lot more of that maltiness and that grain whiskey feel that you don't get on bourbon. But some of the notes are very similar. So like on this one, I get a lot of malted cereal on this. Also get a little bit of pear. There's definitely some oak happening there, some cinnamon, some vanilla. Some caramel, maybe some applesauce even. It does have a little twinge of a harsh, slightly harsh alcohol note. It's the only drawback to this one. It's a note that I get on Pinhook, actually. It's that slightly plasticky alcohol note that is the one thing about this one that really tells me that it's a bottom shelf, entry-level Irish whiskey. Let's taste it. The palate is actually better than the nose. Oof. It's a little peppery. It's sweet, very sweet. Hint of citrus. Hint of licorice. Medium finish. That's about it, really. The oak only lives on the nose. There's a nice warmth to it, though. It's not like a Kentucky Hug or any of that. There's just a nice warmth to it. It's 40% alcohol. Most of your Irish whiskeys are going to be. Later, next week, we're going to do some cask strength Irish whiskey. So it does kick it up a notch. But this is your entry-level stuff. So next we're going to move to Wolfhound. Now, I actually do have a bottle of this. Wolfhound Irish whiskey, I really enjoy. And it's a whiskey that I like to introduce new Irish whiskey drinkers to. And it's right around $20. Just a little bit more than the Kilbrin, but it's significantly better. It has more of the malty characteristic. It has a really nice honeysuckle on the nose. Ginger, butterscotch, vanilla on the back end of the nose. Oh, sweet, peppery. The licorice isn't there. The finish is medium, about the same as the Kilbrin. To be honest, I actually get a few more notes out of the Kilbrin than I do out of the Wolfhound. But the Wolfhound is lacking that plasticky alcohol note that is my detractor from Kilbrin. If it wasn't for that one note, I would prefer Kilbrin over Wolfhound. Wolfhound is a little bit more simple, and it's great for a mixer if you want to throw it with some ginger ale, or ginger beer. But it's got a great flavor. That nice biscuity note that's a hallmark of Irish whiskey is readily apparent there. So that's a great option as well. So let's move on to Jameson. Story time first. Jameson Irish whiskey, it was the first whiskey that I ever actually enjoyed. I had my introduction to the whiskey world through Jack Daniels, and that wasn't a great first experience, and it turned me off to whiskey for a very long time. Jameson Irish whiskey is what got me back into whiskey. It was the first whiskey that I ever tasted and was like, I want to have that again. And I used to drink it a lot in picklebacks. And I used to put down a lot in picklebacks. But let's try it straight. Now, I haven't had Jameson regular plain old Jane, the bottom shelf, which is about $28, $25 to $28. I haven't had the standard Jameson in quite some time. There's a different Jameson product that I drink all the time, and we'll get to that one on another video. But for this one, I haven't had this one by itself in quite some time, so let's dive into this. Actually, I gotta tell you, it smells great. There's a little bit of green apple. There's some caramel. There's vanilla. A little bit of pear, that acridness from pear. And what's funny is although there's none in this, I get the aroma of hops from like beer. There's a bunch of other tropical type fruits there. There's like plum skin, a hint of pineapple. There's even a hint of banana bread with maybe a little sprinkling of cinnamon on top. Let's taste it. Oh, creamy, luxurious, super smooth, easy to drink. This is easy to drink. Now that I'm so much more into whiskey, it's even easier to drink than I remember it being. Oh, slightly peppery on the finish, medium finish again. A little bit of bitter oak on the back end, right on the finish. Very calm, very friendly. I don't think I wrote down any other notes. Dang, that's good. Well, I hope you guys are going to enjoy this month. I know I'm super excited about it. St. Patty's Day is one of my favorite holidays. I always do corned beef and cabbage. I always drink a whole bunch of Guinness and usually a bottle of Jameson. And it's one of my favorite holidays, me being a little bit Irish. So I like it. And we're going to go through some really cool stuff. I have a lot of really interesting bottles that I've collected for this month. And I've got to grab, actually I have to grab a couple more before this month is over. And we're going to have some fun. I hear my musical dryer going off right now. I forgot to turn that off before I started the video. Oh well. So, welcome to Irish Month. Welcome to Bourbon Santa videos if you've never seen one before. Where we don't do intro music, we don't do B-roll, we just get right to the whiskey and talk about whiskey. Cheers, guys. So, I told you that I drank a lot of this in picklebacks. So, I think it's only fitting if I finish this video with a pickleback. Now, if you're going to do picklebacks, what is a pickleback? Oh, you don't know what a pickleback is. Okay. For those of you that don't know what a pickleback is, a pickleback is when you take a shot of whiskey and then follow that with a chaser of pickle juice. Clausen pickles are the only pickles in the whole world. FYI, in case you didn't know. Their juice, this jar doesn't have any pickles in it. I always save the juice in case I feel the need for a pickleback. So we're going to do one now. Cheers, guys. Oh. Until you've tried one, don't tell me it's not good. Because you're going to learn a thing. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, have a great day.